Welcome back in 3HL 1045 The Zone, Don Davenport. Alongside Ron Slay.
Hey, I'm in the building. Best believe I'm in the building. Better be ready. I'm in the building. I ain't got no rules. Time for the show.
College football ain't got no roof.
No, it doesn't.
Expansion ain't got no roof.
No,
Dan Wetzel ain't got no roof.
at all.
Yahoo Sports, Dan Wetzel joining us. Wetzel, where in the heck do we even start?
Some smoldering ruins. The backstabbing, the shanking, the
shanking.
prison yard mentality. I don't know.
I
don't
mean,
know. Although it's wild out there.
It is wild out there. I'm actually going to start with a piece that you put out today because a lot of people read the headline and be like, what the heck is Wetzel talking about? The headline, every college football fan should be rooting for the Pac-12 survival. Please explain.
Well, look, I've heard, whether you love the Pac-12 or not, or you care about the Pac-12 necessarily, or you think the Pac-12 did this to themselves, which they kind of did in a lot of ways. I love college football, and I love all of college football. I'm not a fan of just one team. And so what I love is the absurdity, the chaos, the anarchy, the jokes, the ridiculousness, the entire concept that you have 131 schools ranging from big state U's to elite private schools to military academies to religious institutions to former junior colleges to whatever the heck we come up with, all competing for one championship ostensibly. And as much as a great Alabama LSU game or Ohio State USC game is what more people will tune into, I love those Saturdays when there's like 75 games going on and it's chaos all over. I love that TCU and SMU play for an iron skillet. I love that Wyoming and Colorado State play for a boot. I love that last year, was it Indiana and Penn State went like 10 overtimes and couldn't convert a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
I love the Hail Marys. I love I love it all. And I want all of it going on. And most of it is not a threat to anybody. And so when you pare down the conferences and you lead to 2 super conferences and maybe 40 teams that matter, then all you have is the NFL. The football may be better. There may be more better games to watch, but you lose part of what I love about this sport, and that's the vastness and the chaos of it. So as much as it's the Pac-12, the Big 12, the Mountain, all of it, it's better when all of them have something to play for and there's at least some kind of dream. You could make a playoff or you matter or it's still Division I. I'll take that over NFL light any day of the week.
So, and it's funny because we had this discussion almost word for word yesterday, because I said what will be missed if we turn into super conferences, even if there's 3, because right now it seems to be a battle for who's going to be number 3.
Right.
And I said, man, I'm going to miss those rivalries that that you just can't keep all of them. They're not all going to be there. Like some of those rivalries are going to end up going away. And I'm like, I'm going to miss the Jacksonville State almost upsetting Auburn, even though, I mean, I worked a lot of those games,
Right.
4 years ago. So I actually worked that game. But, and the joy that you see from the guys that were just a little too small or a little too slow to, go play at a big school, but then get a chance to possibly upset a big school and get to play in that arena, like all of that, I think will be missed. So is this just all about money?
Yeah, it's money and, the lack of a postseason that sets up, that assures access to it, and the fear of being just not in that spot where you can still attract recruits. So, it's those things. But a lot of college football programs they know they're never going to win the national championship. They're not really even competing for the national championship, just trying to be a little bit better each year, beat their rival. And that's what forms the majority of the sport. Even in the SEC, which has the most schools that think they can win a national title, at least half of them know they never are going to.
Yeah.
And they're just sort of there. And, hey, maybe we beat Alabama every once in a while. But every time that conference gets stronger, you get knocked down a peg or two in this case. And so it's even harder to have a good, a great season or things like that. So I don't see the benefit. Somehow college football and college athletics has sold fans on the idea that you should be cheering for revenue numbers and revenue shares and TV contracts. None of that stuff is going to really help you. Nobody really gets any better when they move conferences. A lot of times they get worse in terms of wins and losses. And the fact there's more money to buy out some bad defensive coordinator, or the AD gets more time on a private jet, or more people get country club memberships, like tickets aren't going down, tuition's not going down. It's like you don't sit there as say a Detroit Lions fan and go, hey, we never win. We've never been to the Super Bowl, but did you see how great the TV ratings were for the Packers-Chiefs game?
Right.
This is awesome. You know how much money our owners make owning this team that never wins? That is awesome. Somehow in college sports, people kind of get into that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'd rather if I'm a fan, I want to win. And I want to win games. I want to have fun. I want to have a hope for a good season. So the more we cut out, let's say the Pac-12 and the Big 12 merge, right? I mean, it's not going to be the biggest disaster, but Washington State's out. Oregon State's out. Who knows who else is out? And you go, well, you know what? I loved watching Pac-12 after dark, and Mike Leach is up there, and they're throwing the ball 50 times in the snow. How many good – I mean, am I a Washington State fan? No, but that was part of the entertainment of the sport. And so the more it consolidates – I get it. This is all romantic and all that, and it's business, and you're not going to stop it. That's fine. But the longer we can hold on to a big, vast sport, big, vast, diverse sport, I think is just better if you really love college football. If you only care about one team, then only care about one team. But there's a lot of us, I think, out there who just love the whole thing.